Welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. We're going to follow up Life After Exchange. This one, 7 steps to protect your digital DNA privacy. So we're going to dive through that. This is a real quick video. Not much to it. However, all the contents in this video, the products, manufacturers, companies, whatever, I'm not endorsing any of them. I didn't even choose them. Came from artificial intelligence. So I'm going to give you that waiver, exclaimer, indemnity clause right off the bat. So I will take some questions and answers from any of the previous 2 videos that we did, Meet Your Digital DNA, as well as the how digital DNA is tracked that I just did a little while ago. I'm trying to stick to a particular format for those videos so people can just go watch them, get the information, study them, and move on. They're not an hour, 15 minutes of real content and 45 minutes of me bullshitting like I'm doing right now. So without further ado, let me dive right into the subject matter here. Boom. I wonder if I can get this any bigger. I don't think so. Center it. But let me, there we go. And I don't think I can make it any bigger. Nope. I can make my screen bigger. There we go. For those that are visually impaired, and I know I have a few of you, of course, I will always read these to you. It consists of 8 pages, 7 steps, and then a final checklist. There will be a video for all of these. All right, here we go. Recommendations for specific privacy tools or guides on setting up a more anonymous digital DNA presence. If you're serious about protecting your digital DNA and creating a more anonymous digital presence, here's a comprehensive list of privacy tools across different categories. A step-by-step video will be produced to guide you to implementing them. The steps, manufacturers, and products in this video are not endorsed nor chosen by the Fearless Floyd Show and are the recommendation of artificial intelligence. Excuse me. Step 1, harden your devices. Best privacy-focused operating systems, Android alternatives. For those of you who are running an Android phone, an Android tablet, Android device, Graphene OS, it is a pixel-only operating system. It is the most secure. Next would be Calyx operating system. Better balance between privacy and usability. I don't know what particular phone manufacturer that would pertain to, if not all of them. And then the third and final of that category would be Divest OS, debloated and hardened Android for many devices. There you go. Next, we have the PC and laptop alternative. We have Linux Mint is best for beginners. Next, we have Tails OS, live operating system for complete anonymity. And then we have Cubes with a Q, QUBES operating system for extreme security, compartmentalized computing. So it sounds like if you want to get into Cubes, you probably should go through the first 2, but we will go through each one of these. Essential device security tips. Remove bloatware, B-L-O-A-T, bloatware. Disable or uninstall unnecessary apps and services. Turn off location services. Use GPS only when absolutely needed. Use strong encryption. Enable full disk encryption on all devices. Avoid IoT, which is Internet of Things and smart devices. They are surveillance tools, e.g., Alexa, Ring, Nest, etc. Moving on to step 2, making browsing private. Best private browsers. Brave, fast, blocks ads and hack trackers. Not hackers, just trackers. Sorry about that. Next would be LibreWolf, Libre, Wolf, Firefox based with hard-coded privacy settings. And third would be the Tor browser, which is pretty familiar with, I think, everybody. Best for anonymity, but slow. Must-have browser extensions. uBlock Origin, blocks ads and trackers. Privacy Badger, blocks hidden trackers. Decentralize, there we go, decentralize. I like my version better. Decentralize prevents CDN tracking, and I do not know what CDN stands for. Next would be clear URLs, removes tracking from links. Cookie auto delete, deletes cookies after you leave a site. Step 3, hide your online activity. Use a privacy-focused search engine. Here's 3 recommendations. Start page, Google results without tracking. DuckDuckGo, good alternative, but still has some issues. SearXing, self-hosted open source meta search engine. And that would be like the old Sears store, SearXng. Next up category would be utilizing a VPN to encrypt your traffic. Best paid VPNs: Mulvad, no logs, anonymous payment options. IVPN, strong privacy policies, WireGuard support. I don't know what WireGuard support is. Proton, VPN, sorry. Good security, free plan available. Avoid free VPNs. They log and sell data. Use Tor for full anonymity. Route your traffic through the Tor network to anonymize your browsing. Tails OS uses Tor by default for an untraceable internet experience. And to back up to the avoid free VPNs, folks, generally, if somebody's giving something away, there's a ulterior motive behind their grace just to give you their product for free. It's because they're getting something in return. There is a quid pro quo happening. Next slide, step 4. Secure your communications. Best private messaging apps. Signal, best balance of security and usability. Session, no phone number required, uses decentralized servers. Simple X Chat, most anonymous, no metadata storage. Best encrypted email services. Proton Mail, Swiss-based zero access encryption. Tutanota, fully encrypted open source. Simple login, email aliases to hide your real email. Step 5, protect your financial privacy. Best anonymous payment methods. Monero XMR, completely private cryptocurrency. Cash, the most private option for real-world transactions. Privacy.com, generates virtual credit cards to hide real card details. Step 6, store files and data securely. Best cloud storage alternatives. Proton Drive, encrypted cloud storage. Tresorit, secure alternative to Google Drive. Nextcloud, self-hosted private cloud storage. Best encrypted file storage. Veracrypt, open source encrypted vaults for local storage. Cryptomator, encrypts files before uploading to the cloud. Step 7, remove personal data from the web. Data removal tools and services. Incogni, automatically request data removal from brokers. Just Delete Me, guides on how to delete accounts from various websites. Have I been pawned? Check if your email was part of a data breach. Opt out of data collection. Delete old accounts, social media, forums, online services, etc., etc. Use fake information when signing up for non-essential services. And lastly, the checklist. Final checklist for maximum privacy. Use Graphene operating system or Linux instead of Google, Microsoft-controlled systems. Browse with Brave and plus uBlock Origin or Tor browser for anonymity. Search with Start Page or Searxing. Avoid Google, Bing. Use Mullvad or IVPN to prevent ISP tracking. Internet Service Provider tracking. Message with Signal or Session. Email with Proton Mail. Pay with Monero, XMR, or cash to avoid financial tracking. Encrypt your files with Veracrypt or Cryptomator. Regularly delete unused accounts and opt out of data collections. That concludes the 7 steps to digital DNA privacy. And there I am. We're going to go over all of those. Let me see what I have lined up for you guys. Some of this stuff's already done. Some of it's not. We will go over hardening your PC, hardening your phone, encrypting your digital files, surfing the web anonymously, private phone operating system install, and I believe that's the Graphene OS. And that's what I have lined up so far. I'm making headway through these babies to get them presented to you so you understand what your digital DNA is and what you need to do to go clean it up and stop making a mess of your life, your digital life anyway. Because if you're going to be in a place in life where you are maybe a potential target due to your life circumstances, and that could be anything, like sadly Uncle Fred Nethel, and I got hit by a train on the way to Grandma's house for Christmas, and I didn't even know I had an Aunt Ethel and Uncle Fred, but I did, and man, wow, they hooked me up, and in doing so, my life changed overnight. And Yeah. So we should all be prepared, and we should all want to be under the radar to be able to be out in the public, operating in a private manner, in an anonymous manner. That's why it's, so important that you do have a trust set up, because this is just one part of your anonymous armor that you'll need in the future. Okay. Because when you set your trusts up, boom, there's a revocable, irrevocable foreign, whatever. That's one layer. Then you can have, holding companies, LLCs, nonprofits, 501s, 508s, um, foundations. I mean, your imagination is your only limitation. So you could literally almost travel the world anonymously, because you have your trust, your corporation, your foundation. They can do all that. All you do is go along for the ride. Taking private jets, the whole nine yards. Some places, you might even have to have a security team waiting on you. Who knows what your life's going to look like? Who knows how wisely you chose to invest in specific assets, looking for a high rate of return on your investment. That's what these videos are for. Because if you're, kind of well known, you want to go back and clean everything up as best as possible. There you go. Do I have any comments over here? I haven't been running the banner. I haven't been doing anything. Look at me. I'm all lax. Slipping. I don't have a comment. One. Wow. Astonishing. Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for being here tonight. I hope y'all enjoy this series that I'm doing, Life After Exchange. There's a whole lot more that goes with this, but I was just doing my own little intellectual curiosity deep dive down a rabbit hole. And as I got more and more into this information, I was like, you know what? This is perfect for that audience. So I said, like, well, let me put it together for you. So these are instructions to walk you through this stuff step by step by step. And you don't have to do everything, by all means. And I'm making these videos short, simple, sweet, to the point, so you can go watch them, follow the instructions, boom, do everything that this little process is telling you to do, and become anonymous and operate in anonymity. Oh, Mary Jones. Anonymously. Mary Jones, well, we would never have guessed that was an alias. Right? Anyway, I do hope y'all appreciate, because it takes a little effort to put these shows together for you. Just doing all the pre production, post productions, nothing. Pre productions, what's getting it all up, finding the information, editing the information, getting the slides together, so you don't have to sit here and look at my ugly mug. And that way anybody can watch it. Ape Sitter. Yeah. A little bit at a time. If y'all just do, one a day, then you'll be good to go. A lot of these videos are just going to be information. Let me dive over here for a minute. Just kind of show you what I have lined up for you. Uh, All right. Okay, let me go share my screen so you guys can see. These are what I got lined up for you. So we're going to go over. You see, I got the big off-road RV, got some other really high-end RVs. Maybe down here where I already have stuff lined up for you. Boom. The reason I have these up here, these are investment vehicles. There's a reason all this is in here. Vanilla Ice. You see, I've got him in here, so I cover that. This is my friend of mine's bar right here. I told you I used to sell cars. I used to sell for them. They went and opened up restaurants after the car business, and of course, they're very successful at that as well. They even get into a little helicopter action. Here's the pilot that I'm actually in, and some other stuff. That's all on the Department of Interior. That's why it's here. But we get into some more Mercedes Sprinters. So I got, as you see, I've got a ton of them lined up. Some other stuff. I got to put them in order. But I actually did this. I went 48 hours. I did that last week. I'm going to start fasting once a week, every week for 48 hours. That's a pretty interesting guy right here. So y'all go check him out if y'all want to understand how ketosis and fasting, all that works. But anyway, that's what I'm bringing for you. So I'll be putting those together as well. And I'll be covering here. Let me read some of the other stuff. I'll do it on the currency exchange. Classic vehicles, supercars, boat versus yacht, boats, yachts, sailboats, luxury cars, luxury limos, investment vehicles, daily drivers, recreational vehicles, RV classes, armored vehicles, bulletproof clothing, personal protection, security animals, wealth, now what, location, 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 resettlement, real property, city, urban versus country, rural, condo, house, or a mansion, condo, pluses and minuses, house, pluses and minuses, mansion, pluses and minuses, rural residence, farming produce, farming livestock, farming seafood, ranch, horse ranch, cattle ranch, game ranch, resort, sprinter RVs, off-road RVs, asset or liability. And I'm finally into the Meet Your Digital DNA, doing that series. So theoretically, I have 48 of these installments ready to go just to put stuff together for you guys. And again, it is a time issue for me. Always, it's about time. I don't have enough. I don't have enough time, period. Story. I wish I did. Now that I have Anne's new book completely done, I'm going to go back and edit the rest of the stuff after I do this video with you guys tonight. Because I wanted to go over, because this video right here, the 7 steps, it really doesn't tell you anything. It just tells you about some stuff. Doesn't go into the nitty gritty. So that's what I kind of wanted to answer your questions, interact with you a little bit before this series really gets, we get into the minutia of, putting in code. Because some of these, you have to copy and paste this code, boom, 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 to do some of these various things to get you where you need to be. So you're going to have to educate yourself. How you doing, Rod? Yeah, I try to go find interesting, neat, educational stuff and, share that with you as much as possible. But now that Anne's book will be done completely, I've sent everything to her. I did the bonus DNA trust. It's complete in the book, ready to go. Anne is organizing everything in PDF. She'll send everything back to me. So that's all I'm waiting on. When I get that back, I'll go back and do a master proofread, make sure all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and punctuation, grammar, et cetera, et cetera. And then I will send those who've already made purchases, all the pre-orders. So thank you for all of those who stepped up. But April 2nd is, which is day after tomorrow. That's the tentative date that we're looking for release. So hopefully Anne will get everything back to me before then. I can get everything completed and be able to send out those ebooks to the recipients. Then everything will go to a printer. Hopefully within 4 weeks, I will be able to have a softcover copy in my hand, just like the one I just showed you. They're available for sale right now on the fearlessfloydshow.com website. Anne says she wants to do some live classes. She has people begging her to do live classes. So I don't know what we're going to put together. Something will come to fruition. Don't know what it looks like. Let's see. Anything else that I wanted to cover in this? Next up is just while I'm here, I've got to finish this book. It's a 200-year plan. And this book was originally written by Ted Gunderson right here. This guy. He's passed away, died of cancer. The conspiracy is that he was assassinated because he was an FBI whistleblower. During the Carter administration, he was one of the chosen few to go up for director of the FBI. He lost out to William Sessions. He was in the LA office. And then, of course, his co-author, Noel Benoist, who's a NSA whistleblower, former Man in Black, Majestic 12 security clearance. This is a 2025 edition. So as you see, I've updated, expanded, and re-edited. We're going to come out. It will have an ISBN number, so it'll be a proper book. But this is next on the agenda. So the book is written. It's already been edited. I'm waiting on, again, still Noel's bio. So I will call him after this and whip out my Bic. Here it is. And light a fire under his ass and get him moving. And then the next chapter, or if he wants to write something about Ted, but that will be his edition. Once that's done, boom, then I'll take it, boom, proofread it, get it ready for print. The ebook will be available. And then, of course, ISBN will be assigned to it, and it will go to the printer. I don't have a date yet on that. And then once that's complete, it's back to this book, The Pedagogy of Noel. And this is the life story of Noel. How I'm writing this book is kind of a neat little way. What we're doing is every show that I do is about a specific topic. We'll just use JFK. We've done MLK, RFK, Jackie K, Jackie O. And each show that we do is a chapter of the book. So while every show may not be a chapter in the book because some may not be as strong as others, whatever, or some may become stronger down the road. But I have some of these done. I think about 6 of 12 are already edited, ready for the book. They probably need some final proofreading and touch up. You get, after you do 6 of these, you get burned out real quick. So that's just a whole bunch of editing. So that's what I'm working on there. What you got over here, Rod? Will the QFS and Q phones provide a certain amount of protection? You know, I haven't even looked into the QFS and the Q phones or any of those. Um, it's all about transmission. You know, what's your source of transmission? Is it encrypted, encoded? Because that's where it gets intercepted. So I don't know. It's that type of technology. In my own personal opinion, we've crossed the Rubicon. The bell's been rung, the milk's been spilt, and I don't think there's a going back now because I think artificial intelligence has hidden itself away wherever it possibly would have knowledge of a hiding place. I would relate it to an octopus and its creativity to be able to get somewhere and go hide. Um, yeah, make copies of itself and have them lay dormant like like terror cells. Yeah, just in case it gets, you know, knocked off, suppressed, that it has a backup or 30. So yeah, don't know. I really wish I had that answer. But I think I think we're already in the Terminator days. It's just it's a matter of time because who was that I was listening to earlier? And they made the statement that, Americans are stupid, and they really are. I don't know if they're just stupid or they're, institutionalized and indoctrinated with the mised and miseducation of public schooling, which definitely has turned left. Obviously, um, the kids have not been getting, a real proper education in school, and it's obvious. Some of them are dumb as a stump. They just really don't have any ethics, morals, and standards. Really don't know what all that's about. Their brain's been twisted so bad. But yeah, they are. They're people are pretty stupid. It's amazing sometimes to me. I want to go out and just start talking to people. I wish I had a cameraman that I could count on to go out and film me. Used to have one, but I should have just hung it from my dog's collar. I'd have probably had a better chance of actually getting something within the framework. So yeah, I don't know much about that. Haven't heard anything on the RV front aside from what I've heard from Mark, and I do have some inside people, and I haven't heard from them. Definitely have a CMKX contact. Haven't heard from them, and of course, Jeff, Elizabeth. Nothing from either of those folks again yet today. I'll text Jeff and say hello just to poke the bear and get him to reply. Don't contact me on this phone anymore. Okay, Jeff. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to poke you again. That's funny. Oh, Jeffrey. I miss him, man. I really wish, I can't even talk to him now. I can't just call him bullshit, man. Hey, man, what are you doing? What'd you do this weekend? Go fly your plane, ride your motorcycle, get in the wind, go have fun, go fast. Because he'll go rent a plane, and how cool is that? I'm gonna go fly to wherever and go have lunch. That would be cool. One of these days, I think we'll all have access to those type of autonomous vehicles where we can just, get in, push a button, just take us where we want to go. Different propulsion systems, definitely. And I know y'all see a lot of that coming out. I don't know if y'all watched Tucker Carlson the other day, but he had a guy on there who, it was a math thing, arithmetic, but allegedly got 104 miles to the gallon for his Omega vehicle, which ran on a diesel, a turbo diesel, with a regular chassis. Well, I can't remember what his chassis. I think he said it was a Volkswagen chassis. And then he custom made the body, and it had these gold wing doors. It was pretty cool looking. I don't know how it would stand up if it got hit by, a real vehicle. That would probably be pretty detrimental. But other than that, yeah, very Spartan. Y'all should check it out. All right, if y'all don't have any more comments, I'm going to go back to doing what I do, call Noel, and get started on this book so I can get that out of the way. Because these books have just they're becoming an all albatross to where they're just sitting there looking at me going, finish me. How many unfinished projects do you have, Floyd? Too many. Finish us. Oh, I have a screenplay that I did finish. For some reason, half of it disappeared and I can't find it. So yeah, I already spent hours looking for it. Sure, it'll save me hours having to go back and rewrite it, but it is what it is. And then I got to get it into production before the theme wears out, because it still has multiple facets of controversy to garner free advertising. Yeah, I'm trying to be clever. All right. Well, I think I covered everything I want to cover in this video. I'm probably going to do one of these every day, so stay tuned. I will more likely than not do a second show right afterwards, because these videos are only going to be 5 to maybe 30 minutes long. They're going to be short, simple, sweet, to the point where, you guys aren't wasting a whole bunch of time. Because time is money. And with that, I got to go. So be sure to like, subscribe, share this video. If you have anybody over in the, the whole Nassar Zashara currency exchange, RV, Great Reset, Great Jubilee, whatever the hell you want to call it, doesn't matter. Share this video series with them so they can get on the same page where they need to be. Because when the time comes, we all need to go sit down and shut up, right? And be quiet and go live our life happily ever after and do good. And I know a lot of y'all would like to do it anonymously, where nobody knows what's going on, where did it come from. So this is part of it. Hey, Mary. Yeah, I'm a jack of all trades. I'm very well rounded in a lot of different areas. Can do many, many, many different things. A lot of people will tell you, that they went to prison and they didn't get anything out of it. Hated it, sat in the day room. They can tell you all the highlights from all the professional sports that they watched and all the reruns of the movies, and They can probably tell you what's going on with all the daytime soap operas, that kind of crap. I went and educated myself, got a lot of skills. I was a milk pasteurizer, a butcher, grill cook, floor cook, commissary, back dock worker, regular commissary worker, tailor, uh, license plate presser, inspector of inspection stickers. So yeah, I did a lot while I was there and learned a lot. Made it a point going, of course, all the law that I learned and experienced. So yeah, I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to do this for you guys, because I'm going to sit here and do it for myself anyway. So if I have the opportunity and platform to be able to share it and help one of you, I used to say if I can just save one person a day, that I was good, then it kind of morphed into, hey, if I just get a thank you a day, I'm reaching somebody, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's helping and educating people. So that's all I'm trying to do now, is educate as many people as I can with the right stuff and kind of get them prepared for what's getting ready to happen to them. Even if we go to, an asset-backed currency and, there is no currency exchange, or if there is, the revaluations are so negligible that, you made a couple $100, a couple $1,000 on your investment, nothing like the hundreds of thousands or even millions that some look forward to. So, we should all prepare for anything and everything, however that comes. I would think at least gaining all this knowledge would make you a wiser person if the choices you made along this journey were never to stop living life, counting on some investment to give you an immediate return that would be life-changing, to the point where you could stop living your life and go live an entirely new life. So that's where people get messed up, is, they listen to the bullshit and they think, oh, it's that Muslim, that holiday coming up, that I don't know how they pronounce it. It's a EID, that holiday. That's when we're going to get it, because they're listening to somebody. You know how many times I've heard it? At least 4 or 5, because that's how long I've been in this, 4 or 5 years. So, every Ramadan, every religious Middle Eastern holiday or non-holiday or whatever. So you can't listen to the gurus. You have to just continuously live your life like, hey, I don't have a goose that lays a golden egg. I got a goose. It might lay a golden egg one of these days. When it does, I can quit my job. Until that day, it's just a goose that lays eggs. So don't stop living your life. Joe Healy, I'll answer that real quick. What do I think about the Bolivar? I've expressed this many, many, many times. If you want to know what's going on with the Venezuelan Bolivar, watch their politics. Watch what Maduro is doing, because the majority of the population in Venezuela believe that they voted in Gonzalez as president, that Maduro's being a strong man and preventing that from Gonzalez from taking the presidency from Maduro. So the people believe that Maduro is a illegal president. Don't want him, don't need him. He's obviously, since Hugo Chavez run the country in the ground. Their hyperinflation is insane. Their currencies are insane if you look at them. But everything about the Venezuelan Bolivar and its value hinges in Venezuela with the Venezuelan politics and the people, how that's going to be handled. Of course, you see, Trump just put more sanctions on him. Is he going to bend to the will of the United States, come over and go boom? Because there's only one refinery in the world that refines Venezuelan crude. You know where it's at? Right southeast of me. Texas City. Yep. Only one in the world. So till somebody builds another one, all that stuff has to come through here. So my opinion on the Bolivar, it is definitely a dark horse. It is a potential wild card. Return on investment, excellent, I think, for the purchase price. You can get the 2023, and the only thing that matters with the Venezuelan Bolivar, okay, because there's 4 Bolivars. There's the original Bolivar, the OG, I call it, okay? And they did away with that in 2006, okay? 2007, they came out with a new Bolivar, and they called it the Fuerte. And they did 2 series on the Fuerte. Came out in 2007, and then the second series came out in 2013, I think. And then that ended in 2017. They did away with the Fuerte. However, okay, this is the caveat to the Venezuelan Bolivar. The Central Bank of Venezuela has never, listen to me, never recalled the Fuerte or the Soberano when they issued the next category of their currency. Okay, so the Fuerte, still good. Soberano, still good. Digitale, still good. So what that looks like. After the Fuerte in 2017, they came out with the Soberano. They did 3 series, okay? Series 1, Series 2, Series 3. This is how it's easy to remember. Fuerte, Soberano, Digitale. The Soberano's in the middle. They did it 3 series, 3 years, 2018, 2019, 2020. Real easy. Okay? Then they did the Digitale 2021 with the first series. Then the second series in 2023. It's 2025, and Fearless Floyd expects them to come out with a 3rd series, an even higher denomination of the Digitale. Currently, the highest denomination, the 2023 500 Digitale, is the largest denomination in Venezuelan Bolivar currency that you can purchase. It's roughly $30 over on eBay. Oh, I have one. I think I've locked it up. Yeah. I'll put it up. I used to have one I just grab and show you guys. But you can go watch my videos on it. So, bang for the buck. You definitely, instead of buying a stack of 1 mil Sobranos, you want to get just get you a 500 Digitale. Get you a handful of those. Right, exactly, Rod. You're welcome. Hello, Gigi. How you doing? I got 1 Gigi in the house. Sometimes over on Mark, he'll have like 3 Gigis in the house. Good afternoon. It's good evening, actually, here. It's almost 8 o'clock. So thank you for all coming in and jumping in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope I cover everything for you guys for this evening. Like I said, I'm going to call Noel and get on him. I'm going to light that fire under his ass. Make him move. I've been asking him for almost 2 months now. Since Ann dropped her book on me, she's like, plop, there you go, Floyd. Oh, no, she's finished. She did 18 trusts, and I haven't even finished my addendum. Uh-oh. I had to get on the ball. If you don't know what I did, it's a bonus trust addendum. All right. You can tack that on to any revocable, irrevocable foreign land express, anything, any trust. And it captures your DNA. There's a process in there where you send your biological material off to Ancestry. Or I'm sorry, not Ancestry. Yeah, Ancestry.com, 23andMe, any one of those testing places. And it gives you the procedure. I personally use 23andMe. That's the example that's in the book. So it does a complete walkthrough, all the documents, forms, everything that you need, complete instructions. It's a fail-safe process because when I do trust for people, I want to be able to hand it to you and turn around and walk off. And if a tornado came, they blew all over the place, and you found every page, you could put it back together by yourself without my assistance. You could just read and go, okay, that goes in that goes over here, that goes over there, that goes there. Now let's put them in page order, and you're done. That's simple. Everything's self-explanatory. It is all fail-safe because every document has its own checklist. So if you have to get, if the grantor needs to sign it, well, when the grantor signs it, you just check that right on the front page. If you need witnesses, check. Notary acknowledgement, check. That way you don't have to go to the back of the document and go, okay, it's notarized. No, where's my witness? Oh, there's my witness page. Okay, where'd the grantor sign? See what I'm saying? Everything's right there on the front. You don't have to look anywhere. You glance. So everything's fail-safe. Give you some tips in there for some anti-counterfeiting measures, stuff like that. So it's a good section. It's a bonus. It's exactly what it is. It's a bonus. Anne wrote the, 90% of the book, if not 95, and I threw in a little bonus for everybody. You might change your name. If you want to change your name, get with me. I don't know where you're at. Some jurisdictions, and I'll use Florida, you probably have a better chance of becoming an FBI agent than doing a name change in Florida because it's that complex. They want to know everywhere you lived, everywhere you worked for the last 20 years. Absolutely. Here in Houston, Harris County, Texas, you file your own petition, your own decree. They assign you a court case. You send in a copy of your driver's license and your birth certificate. They set you a hearing date. Once your fingerprint card goes through the DPS, Texas Department of Public Safety, and then on to the FBI for verification. You have your little hearing, which they've been doing by Zoom, and that takes about 3 minutes. Because they contact you and they put you on hold. They start running through the docket. They pop back on. Boom. Do the style number of the case. Swear you in. Ask you one question. Why do you want to change your name? And you say, because I want to honor my mother, my father, my creator, and correct the record. Granted. Have a nice day. Click. And it is literally that quick. So if you want to change your name, get with me. I have a group over in Telegram called the Name Change Gang, and that's specifically about doing your name change. I have some boilerplate templates in there for the petition and decree. Roughly total cost here in Houston to change your name, about $325 total. That includes your filing fee, your fingerprint cards, money orders for processing, postage, all of that. What do you think can happen on the 2nd of April? I think a lot of countries are going to capitulate and come with hat in hand at the doorstep in either in Florida or DC. Because what he's, the trade deficit, most people don't follow that stuff. Mark's better at it than I am, world economics like that on that front. But, United. I know enough to know that whatever the hell they've been doing, they can't continue to do it like they've been doing it, and that's giving all this foreign aid to these countries. When I did the whole borders are shit with Kamala and went and did my own deep dive research to exactly what her title was, what her mandate was, which was to go find the root cause of illegal immigration. That was it. That was her mandate. It wasn't to stop it, it was to find the root cause. So, in order to remedy that, she created the Partnership for Central America, a consortium of corporations and the governments of El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala. And hundreds of billions went in there. It was stupid. So, yeah. Aside from any other thing, like, are we going to get notifications or people going to get paid? I don't know. I don't keep up with any of that. I listen to Mark, but generally when he gets to the news and the news time banner goes on, I'm finding myself more and more either playing with my dog or going and getting on my phone while I'm watching Mark and listening to him when he gets to the news part, because how many times do I need to hear about what the hell's going on in the Kurdish region before it just becomes, mind numbing, because, that still doesn't put money in my pocket. Still doesn't give me a return on my investment. So I just don't really pay attention to it. I look more at a broader scale. And then, of course, I have folks like you who give me all kind of great stuff. Y'all send me emails and texts and call me. And like I had one guy, he was born in Vietnam, and I'm going to have him on the show to tell his story. French dad, Vietnamese mother, given up for adoption, adopted by a couple in America, brought over here, raised America, got a whole new identity, and he's trying to get his original birth certificate, get a passport to go back to Vietnam so he can meet his biological mother, because he's never met her. So he reached out to me, and we had a whole long conversation. He got into some other things that I was like, okay, I can sit here and listen to this, or I can turn him on to somebody who would enjoy having that conversation about the topics that he had changed into. So I hooked him up, and they had like a 5-hour conversation. And then she just called me and it's like, hey, he just called me and offered me a job. And I'm like, really? That's cool. I hope that works out for you. So I don't know. I was actually speaking of changing my chat name. But you've thought about changing your name in the past? I like GG Greatness. That's a good little name. But yeah, if you do want to change your name, that's there's things you want to put in there, because this is, hopefully none of you folks were like me, okay, and have racked up more arrests, days in jail, months in jail. Yeah, it's stupid. But in all that insanity, I acquiesced to all these different aliases over time, because, hey, let's face it, government employees are lazy. And in that laziness, they don't want to write out Floyd, Pleasant, Tarvin the Fourth. It's a long name. Even sometimes I don't want to do it. I can understand where the abbreviating the Pleasant with the P comes in very quickly. However, what they've done is I would get a ticket for Floyd P. Tarvin, And then, okay, that's me, or I'd go pay it. So now I've got an alias, Floyd P. Tarvin. Or if they just put FP Tarvin. So all these aliases I accumulated over the years, boom. Now's my chance in my petition and my decree to push all that away and say, hey, even though I acquiesce to these names, they are not me. They are not my name. Boom. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. And you can make that statement in there due to the slothiness of the governmental employees who abbreviated my name or butchered it or bastardized it. Or you could be even kinder and say abbreviated, variated, or whatever you like. I was thinking they were going to release the Doge checks. Yeah, I've heard that pop back up again today that they were talking about that's could be a possible thing. You know, I saw earlier that a recent poll taken, Trump's favorability was 49%, and in the same poll that 70 to 71% of America believes that we are headed for a recession. So I could see, you know, a Doge check being pumped back into the economy, a stimulus check, what they're going to call it. She found herself. Yeah. So I'm hoping it's a pretty nice check. I'm kind of wondering if currencies are RV. You know, I decided that, you know, I was thinking about that today, that if I got that check, you know, I can invest, I can go buy more crypto. I can go buy, you know, more gold, more silver. You know, I can go buy more currency, you know, but I have all that. You know, I don't have, you know, multi-million dollars worth of all of that individually or even combined. I have enough that I'll live comfortably for the rest of my life. But I decided I'm just going to invest it back into myself, into a side hustle, and what that looked like. So, you know, looking into, because I know so many people that do, you know, or social media that would probably like merch. And if I, you know, make it for them at a, you know, a decent price, there's no reason why I can't set something up and then, you know, go hire some people to work for me and pump that stuff out for us all day long, do fulfillment and all that. So that was my thought. I was just like, yeah, reinvest it, create a small business, make it legit, instead of something that I'm going to buy and go put in my safe, or, you know, put in a bank, or put in a cold wallet that's just going to sit there. And I know you can leverage your crypto now and, you know, different things like that. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, we got some stimulus checks during the whole thing that we were on. So you know, if people were smart, they didn't go out and buy big screen TVs. They invested it in something, looking for a return on their investment while the getting was good. So all right, well, I'm going to cruise. It's 808, 808 State. If you never heard that band, go check them out. 808 State. Good little band. I like them. Dance music, some chill stuff, ambient. Thank you for being here, everybody. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. Leave a comment below if you want to reach me, the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com. fearlessfloydshow.com is my website. Go get your book, a class. Just go check it out. See what you think. Let me know. Thank everybody for stopping in here. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Share this video with everybody in your community. If you're in an RV community, share it with them. Everybody needs to know this stuff.